I realized the other day while I was in the car that I was just like fried. Like I was completely done and I really just needed a break. And I started to think, I was like, this isn't far off from what I normally feel like. It just kind of hit me in the face right there. I have never let myself have a break. Like, I don't let myself have breaks. I'm either on my phone trying to do something productive or I'm just scrolling, which, let's be real, that's not a break either. And nowadays, it's so common for people to just constantly be working and to never truly give themselves anything other than a couple of hours of sleep at night. So, in this video, we're going to talk about how serious that is.
Just so we're clear.
So I guess we'll just start with the bad stuff. For the past couple of months, I've been on a cut. I've been working on these YouTube videos, and I carry a job, and I was looking to get another job. So I'm definitely doing a lot of other stuff in my life, and I've got a lot going on. That leaves very little time in my day to actually relax and to actually have basically a life outside of work, right? Any kind of work, actual work, working out, anything. And I feel like I've built this really unhealthy relationship, and I feel like I should say it, and I feel like it goes without saying, but not being relaxed, being fried all the time is not good for your work. It's not gonna make you work or feel better. It will do the exact opposite, actually. I'll say this and I'll be completely honest. I feel better making this video right now because I actually allowed myself to have some rest before I started recording. I didn't jump from practicing my instrument straight to this. I let myself have even just 30 minutes of sitting outside. And I'm sure there are a lot of people watching this, and I urge you to listen to this video and to just try it just for a week or a couple of days. But there's probably people in this video who don't even realize how tired or how affected their work is because that's all they do. Think about it like this. Everything in life is like lifting. Everything in life is like being an athlete. Constantly are on the field, repping drills, doing whatever, football, soccer, apply it to anything. That's going to help you get better. But after you do it for 12 hours, you need rest. You know what I mean? If you've got football camp, let's say, you can't just drill, 12 to 12. That's just not going to be helpful after a while. You have to rest, you have to eat, you have to recover. We've, normalized nowadays, basically just slaving over stuff that maybe you don't even care about. I feel like a lot of people have guilt. And in this video, I'm not gonna tell you that you shouldn't be working, and I'm not gonna tell you that it's okay to just sit around and be lazy all the time. But I will tell you this. If you're overworking yourself and you feel guilt for taking any sort of break, that is detrimental to your progress. I've been there. I've overworked myself way more than I was before, and I still sometimes definitely need to give myself more of a break in some areas of my life. If you feel guilty, for most of human history, people have had breaks. You know what I mean? I watched this video the other day. It's by Paulie Walnut, and it was just something about medieval peasantry. I don't know. I'll throw it up on the screen, but he says in that video that they had about 150 days off a year. They only worked 150 days a year, and I looked it up and it's real. They genuinely did not work as much as we do. We work more. And I'm now thinking in a modern context, what does that do to our brain? And I'm not saying that they had an easier life than us. I definitely agree with that. Definitely go watch his video because that's not what he's saying either. But it does just kind of get to me to think that these people who we would view as poor peasants are kind of living their best life in a little bit of a way, right? Because they had a social life and they would just chill, you know what I mean? I almost want to say live like a medieval peasant, live like some 80-year-old man in a nursing home. I actually had that written down in my notes over there a second ago for this video. I was sleep like an old person, be like an old person. I mean, if you're gonna work on a YouTube video, for example, in my case, work on a YouTube video, write a script, do what you need to do the hard work, but then give yourself an hour break, you know what I mean? And look at what that does to you in your day. Look at what that does for your life. It allows you to actually have a life and to actually be a happy, developing person who's achieving their goals.
We're doing Schedule 1!
What can you actually do and what I want you to do? What is your takeaway from the video? Number one, if you're in the car, sit in silence for 10 minutes before you turn on anything. I am so bad about turning on YouTube videos in the background while I'm in the car. It literally just fries me. A 10-minute drive does not need to turn into watching the first 10 minutes of a YouTube video. I'm not going to sit here and yap about scrolling. You know what I'm going to say. Stop doing it. I know that's easier said than done. Number two, give yourself planned breaks. So I don't care if you play video games, you go with your friends, whatever. And I don't care if it's 5 hours. I don't care if it's an hour. I don't care if it's 10 minutes. Give yourself some sort of break in the day. And here's a couple other things that you could do. If you're not getting like 7 to 8 hours a night, dude, what are you doing? I mean, it's the big 2-6. We all know it's important. I mean, come on, dude. You're getting 5 hours of sleep. If you're doom scrolling, you never get outside and get in the sun. You never play video games with your friends. You never do anything. Like, you don't life max. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to use these like dumb terms. And the third thing I was going to say, go out with your friends sometimes. Today I'm going out with a couple of friends, and it's because I planned for it. We just sit and we just work. And then we just never give ourselves the time of day. I don't know, just see people and have a social life. And kind of like what I was saying before, honestly, get outside, like touch some grass. And I know this isn't conventional, but I just feel like most people now, they don't rest enough. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't have enough leisure time or time doing something that isn't goal-based or work-based. I feel like everyone says that the big issue is people don't work enough, or they don't do this enough, or they don't do this enough. I don't think people understand how much our generation does work and does actually do stuff. That stress and the external and financial pressure that we feel is very real. And I don't blame them, because Gen Z is literally known, to be the generation of like laziness, which is whatever, earned reputation, but I feel like it's more common. The trend now is to be a productive like gym bro. You know what I mean? It's to be a hard worker. The thing, like, most external achievements that we want aren't really stupid anymore. So I'm giving you a new goal. I'm giving you this goal. You need to rest more. You need to work hard. Yeah, like, there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to rest more. Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like and sub, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.